The left playing fast and loose with its new favorite sledgehammer, and that is California Governor Gavin Newsom invoking once again fascism. Governor Newsom's press office posted over the weekend, fascist, in reference to Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is a fascist. No context, no definition, no nothing. So we thought, hey, what is fascism? Let's look it up. Well, here is the Webster Dictionary definition of fascism. It's a populist political philosophy, movement, or regime that exalts the nation and often race above the individual, that is associated with a centralized autocratic government. It's often led by a dictatorial leader, and that is characterized by severe economic and social regimentation and often forcible suppression of the opposition. That sound like America to you? Well, it does to the left's fever dreams. That's how they see President Donald Trump. But it doesn't quite jive with reality. But it is part of what we're hearing on accusations from the left towards people they disagree with. You'll remember the bullet casings from Tyler Robinson said, hey, fascist, catch. You know what else they said? Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao. Well, Hassan Piker is maybe the most popular streamer on the left on the internet. He knows the words to Bella ciao, and he sang it right to kick off his stream.
Partigiano, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao.
Singing Bella Ciao about 2 weeks after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, with one of the bullet casings having on it Bella Ciao, ciao, ciao. Conservative commentator Aaron McIntyre seems to get all of this. He put it this way, quote, fascism was a discrete political ideology of the 1930s. It no longer exists, but it has become a secular stand-in for Satan. Something that you have a moral blank check to hate and destroy. For the modern liberal, fascist just means someone I am allowed to kill. Joining us now is House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. Majority Leader, it's great to have you here on the program. Thanks for being here. It seems, as many on the left have pointed out, even if Stephen Miller in the past has used the term fascism, or even if President Donald Trump in the past has used fascism, they're not using it in the wake of a murder where the word fascism was invoked as a motivation, nor have we any examples of anyone on the right resorting to violence under the rhetoric of fascism from President Trump. But we do see that on the left, and here's Gavin Newsom's office doubling down, all caps, Stephen Miller is a fascist.
I'll tell you what, Will, it's so disturbing what they're doing on the left, and they know what they're doing. This is a dog whistle, and unfortunately, if somebody is unstable that is hearing it, and you've seen it in a number of killings, not just Charlie Kirk, where they are using those exact words that are being said from leaders on the left, the word fascist, in relation to President Trump. We did a study that over 3,000 times, just on MSNBC, the words Donald Trump and fascist were used in the same sentence, over 3,000 times just in the last few years. And then you see twice people tried to assassinate President Trump. As you pointed out, Will, the killer in Charlie Kirk's assassination wrote the word fascist on the bullet. I mean, this is going on over and over. You would think now they would know this word is triggering some on the left literally to go and kill people. They would stop using it, but they won't.
Majority Leader, I want to save a minute to ask you about a potential government shutdown in a few days, but you are a survivor of political violence. To see the way America is moving and that becoming more frequent, how does it make you feel?
Well, of course, I was not only heartbroken, but angry when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, because they silenced such an important person. But as you can see, it only magnified the movement Charlie started. People will not be silenced. And you're seeing now tens of thousands of people starting Turning Point chapters on college and high school chapters. This movement's only going to grow stronger, and people are not going to cower away. We've got to stand up against it. And I think you're seeing a lot of that all across the country.
Well, Leader Thune, Vice President Vance, Chuck Schumer, others, they're all talking about a potential government shutdown. They're doing it almost as we speak. Let's watch.
We have very large differences on health care and on their ability to undo whatever budget we agree to through rescissions and through impoundment, as well as pocket rescissions. And I think for the first time, the president heard our objections. And so it's up to the Republicans whether they want to shut down or not.
We have about 30 seconds, Majority Leader, but that's Senator Schumer on a shutdown.
Chuck Schumer's feeling the pressure, Will. He and Hakeem voted to shut the government down just a week and a half ago. Right now, they are demanding a $400 billion taxpayer-funded bailout of insurance companies, of all things. And by the way, when they set those premiums and bailouts of insurance companies up a few years ago to expire, premiums for families went up. Let's lower premiums for families. They've got to stop these hostage demands and open the government.
All right, Majority Leader, thank you for being with us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.